Welcome back to First and Den, ladies and gents. I'm Seth Wickman. Week 11 is wrapped up. The end of the regular season is here. The season is over for most teams, but for the real contenders, their story is just getting started. We had two games here over the weekend to wrap up the season with the Ryan Raiders and the Geyer Wildcats. We'll talk about the Ryan Raiders first, who took on the Birdville Hawks. Ryan was 8-1 going into this one, looking to cap their season with a win before going into the playoffs, after they just beat the Brewer Bears 31-7. On the other hand, the Birdville Hawks were 3-6 after losing to the Fossil Ridge Panthers 44-31. All right, so it turns out we actually don't have footage for this one, so I'll just tell you how it went down. Quinn Hennigan ended up throwing for 199 yards with 2 touchdowns, and Nemo Warmate had 138 rushing yards and a touchdown, and Braden Mussett had 91 receiving yards and a touchdown. And they end up winning 56-14. No surprise there. Ryan plays the Fort Worth Pascal Panthers this Thursday for round 1 of the playoffs at home. All right. Now for the next game, we actually do have footage. Thank the Lord. We got a crosstown showdown here between the Geyer Wildcats and the Broswell Bengals. Geyer was coming into this one off a loss, believe it or not. They lost to the Louisville Farmers 27-17. While Broswell, man, they've been struggling as of late, and they're coming into this one on a 5-game losing streak after losing to the Hebron Hawks 38-0. Jay Lathan is in the studio to show us how this one went. What's up, Jay?
Seth, we're down to the final week of the regular season, and the fields were wet. Now, whether it was from the sky or teams realizing they're not going to playoffs is debatable. But enough of that. We have a cat fight with the Bengals versus the Wildcats. It's Broswell versus Geyer in the Crosstown Showdown. Let's go to the highlights. Starting off here, we're going to have Kevin Sperry, who's going to find Sonoris Gray wide open down the sideline, and that's going to be a 44-yard gain, which sets up right here the Geyer Wildcats, who are going to hand the ball off. That's DJ Black, who's going to easily step in there for the 1-yard touchdown run. Geyer going up 7-0. Moving on here, we have Moses Adaloa, who's been the bell cow back. And once again, there's nothing but green grass in front of him as he's going to take this 70 yards, tying the game at 7, still in the first. Kevin Sperry, though, is going to fight back here as he's going to drop back and he's going to scramble around, digging for time. And he's going to find the freshman there. That's Tristan Shelton for a 47-yard gain, which is going to lead to a Geyer field goal here as he's taken down inside the 20, making it 10-7 Geyer. And once again, with the ball in the hands, Geyer's going to get the ball back, and that's going to be Sperry from 5 yards out, punching it in, giving them a 17-7 lead in the second quarter. And now, quarterback for Broswell, Mansell, is going to be intercepted, and that's Jace Johnson, and he's high-stepping all the way into the end zone as nobody will catch him. That's going to be a pick 6, making it 24-7 in favor of Geyer. And they weren't done as they're showing all 3 phases here. That's a blocked punt by Owen Whistler, and it's going to be recovered by Geyer inside the 1. I don't know how they didn't score there, man. Truly a blessing by Broswell, but it does not matter because that's going to be DJ Black who's going to hurdle over a pile of people and now making it 31-7 in favor of Geyer. And they weren't done. They're going to continue to pour it on as this is going to be Sperry who chunks it up, and he's going to find Danny Jenkins, who's going to wiggle his way through the defense. He's going to get taken down inside the 33-yard gain. This leads to a Ford Stinson field goal, which is up and good from 30 yards out, making it 34-7. Now with a quarterback change, Broswell goes back to their old main man, Jeremiah Shipp, who does what he does best, and he escapes the pocket and throws a rope right there to Isaiah Polk for 22 yards, touchdown pass, and making it 34-14 Geyer. But Geyer, looking to put this game on ice, is going to hand the ball off to Caden Cobbs from 13 yards out. He's going to punch it in, making it 41-14. And this game is pretty much all but over. But senior Moses Adalowo says he's not done. He's going out with a bangers. He's going to go beast mode, stiff arm a defender from 23 yards out, and it's good for the touchdown. But that wouldn't be enough as Geyer were going to win this game 41-20 as they finish the season 7-3. Seth, Geyer was in control the entire game, but for Broswell, talk about a fall from grace as they finished the season losing 6 straight. What stats did you take away from this game?
Yeah, Jay, Geyer had an absolute night. Kevin Sperry threw for 255 yards. DJ Black, 2 rushing touchdowns, and the defense and the special teams made plays. I mean, they they were giving it to him on all sides of the ball. For Broswell, most positive takeaway that I could give you is Moses Adaloa, man. He had 169 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Their season is unfortunately over. They had a good run, but, you know, they did not make the playoffs. All right, but speaking for the other teams, it is time for their journey to Jerry World as the UIL state playoff begins this week.
And fortunately, 2 teams we've covered qualify for playoffs. It's the
Ryan Raiders and the Geyer Wildcats, of course, no surprise there.
No surprise at all, as these are 2 powerhouses. First up, we have Ryan, who faces off against Fort Worth Pascal Panthers on Thursday. Seth, what do you have to say about this matchup, man?
Yeah, so the Panthers are 7-3 overall and 6-2 in district, and they finished 3rd in their district. I would say the fact that Ryan got 2nd in their district proves their point a little more, as their district is definitely a lot more competitive. I like Ryan's odds in this one, and I think this will definitely propel them to make a little bit of a playoff push here. Moving on, though, we'll have the Geyer Wildcats, who's taking on my hometown, the McKinney High Lions. What are your thoughts on this one, Jay?
Well, Seth, both teams coming into this game are 7-3, but that doesn't matter. This is a whole new season. But in my opinion, McKinney has no real statement wins. They have a loss to Allen, loss to Prosper. But Geyer, who has a win against Toledo, big thing there, despite losing as well, they went toe-to-toe with Capel and North Crowley.
Valid reason, Jay. I see what you're saying, but most importantly, one more week of shows, baby. This has been First and Den. I'm Seth Wickman.
And I'm Jay Lathan. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also, tune in next week for the season finale.